Hello. Hello, friends. Hello. How is everyone? That wasn't very nice, Brittany. I see where Create Brevity asked you how the members meeting was. I wasn't paying attention. Whatever. Poop's chilling. Tiff M, what country are you in? That you're driving back to town. What country? Oh, nice. You're right, Brian. Like that'll ever happen. Hello, Vinny. How are you, Vinny? How are you? Thank you, Ashley. Okay, let's see. Desandra Thrasher, thank you very much. Hey, Kim, no question. I just wanted to let you know that I got my SP back for the second time. So I just wanted to remind everybody that this does work. Desandra? That is wonderful. Congratulations. Thank you, Heidi. That is wonderful. I'm very, very happy for you. Congratulations. You did it. You did it. Well done. I'm very, very happy for you. Congratulations. That's awesome. I am Amanda. Thank you very much. Congrats on 17,000. I love you, beautiful bad batch. I love you, beautiful bad batch. And thank you very much. Thank you for the congrats. And thank you, Heidi, as well. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cheryl, thank you very much. I listened today's video 3 times and so much resonated, along with Tuesday night member call, the states video. It finally all makes sense. Thank you. Oh, that's wonderful, Cheryl. Go, Kim. Go, Kim. No, that's wonderful, Cheryl. I'm glad. I'm glad it's all clicking. I'm glad it's all clicking. Listen, that's what happened to me years back when I was on my solo too. It finally all hit me. And by that time, like, I own it. I know it's embarrassing, but I had read Neville several times at that point, and it still hadn't clicked with me until that solo vacation. So, maybe this is your catalyst moment to all the big things starts flowing in for you. Maybe that's what this is, right? How about we decide that it is? That's awesome, Cheryl. Is it Burku? I'm not going to pretend that I know how to pronounce your name. If you watch me long enough, you know I'm terrible with names. So, BG. We'll call you BG. Jess, wait a minute. Jess, you just need to know something. I literally went outside and I was just recording the outside because I'm like, it's like I live on a fucking farm out here. I mean, not that that's a bad thing, but I'm like, I am out this window, which you guys can't see, but it's directly across from me. There is a tree frog in the tree right outside that window. And it scared the shit out of me because I was standing in front of the tree recording. I was recording all the lightning bugs because they look like sparkles and glitter in my backyard and I love it. But it's like, it's everywhere you turn, there's another, species noise around me. It's poor Poop. She's trying to, it's amusing. All right, back to BG. Please let us know if we should date people while manifesting SP. Love you so much. Thank you. Oh, love you so much. And yeah, if you want to date people, date people. There's nothing wrong with that. I know tons of people that they're manifesting a specific person, but they still date, intermingle, whatever, with other people. Doesn't stop their manifestation, doesn't affect the manifestation. It's called living life and having fun as you're evolving, as you're stepping into the version of you that has your desire. So yeah, go right ahead if you want to. I keep it real though. When I was on solo vacation, another, I don't know, BBL, SP, whatever you want to call them. I don't like calling them either one, to be honest, but another one did come into my picture. I tried to entertain that I could not. I could not. All it did was remind me that I didn't have my specific person. So for me, I didn't, but that doesn't mean nobody else can. So go for it, BG. Jen, thank you very much. Kim, my grandma passed, and now I don't even want SP anymore. I'm turned off by him. Why does it happen, and should I just persist to forget him? Well, first of all, I am sorry about losing your grandma. That's terrible. Oh, dear. Well, let me say it like this. Sometimes when we experience loss or other upsetting or traumatic experiences in other categories, sometimes it's in those moments that we, I don't want to say wake up, but we start putting things into perspective. And perhaps, however your SP is showing up, perhaps it's not the version of your SP that you would prefer. And in this, in your moment of loss, you're realizing that you probably deserve more than the version that they're showing up as. So you're a little less tolerant of their bullshit when things get put into perspective. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just you coming to terms that maybe we've been accepting and dealing with behavior that we know that we should not tolerate, that we should expect better from our person. They should be reflecting, the good things about us. Now, granted, in your person's defense, they're only ever a reflection of the state we're in. So it's not surprising to me that you're feeling this way. To be honest, I wouldn't make any decisions right now. I would take your time, heal. You just had a loss. You just experienced a loss, which like I said, I'm really sorry that happened. I would take time just taking a break from everything and then reevaluate what you're doing after you've, had some time to process the loss of your grandma. But I'm sure you're having a moment where the loss that you just experienced is probably really widened your eyes and why the fuck am I dealing with this dumb shit when I know I can get better and I deserve better from SP. And who knows, not that I want to say that your grandma's passing is a catalyst moment, because I don't want to say that, but maybe this is you waking up and stepping into the new version of yourself where you are fully aware that you deserve better and you're going to start having an expectation that you shall receive better. Perhaps that's the new version of yourself that you're, or the new state that you're stepping into, which to me isn't necessarily a bad thing. But I probably wouldn't make any decisions until you've had your personal time to process the loss you just experienced. And you deserve to be able to take as much time as you want as well. There's no rush, because it doesn't matter what decision you make, right? Everything will pan out perfectly in your 3D for you. So it's not like you can make a mistake, the way I see it. But again, I'm so sorry about you losing your grandma. I'm really, really sorry about that. I know how I felt about my great aunts and my grandma. I was very close to mine. And I'm very sorry. Is it Zoe Mazzoni? Thank you very much. Hey, Kim, can you explain more about the 3D in relation to how it's catching up and our imagination? How does it work essentially? Well, all right. As far as when you hear people say catching up or lagging, it's been my experience that whenever I'm manifesting anything, and I've seen this in other people, that when we're manifesting something or we're on a manifestation journey, manifestation game, that the 3D might not instantly show evidence of what we're manifesting. Does that mean that instant manifestation can't happen? No, it does not. Instant manifestation can happen. I think people, when we hear like, the 3D's got to catch up or there's a lag time, there's an assumption that lag time must be long, that it must be like several weeks or several months. And that's not true. Lag time or catching up time can be as simple as 10, 15 seconds. And I'm not kidding. So, because I know people who've experienced instant manifestations. I've experienced instant manifestations. Some show up quick, some don't. Now, what I do think that all manifestation is relative to the state you're embodying. From my own personal experience and from anybody else who's been making their state of consciousness priority, I know what I've experienced, that whatever state I'm in, I will see an instant change in my 3D in relation to the state. It might not mean instant manifestation, but there will be instant change. And by instant change, I mean, we'll say like specific person, there will be a complete 180 of attitude, behavior from people in my 3D, depending on what state I'm embodying. Now, is that just special because it's me? No, I think it's relative to everyone. If you would make your state your priority, you would see instant changes in 3D. It may not mean instant manifestation or full manifestation, but it will be change. There will be change. And for some of you, you'll notice the change first within yourself, how you're reacting to things in the 3D, how long a trigger is lasting, or maybe not even getting triggered at all at things that you would once be triggered by. So that's as far as, no one can tell you exactly how quickly something can manifest either, for what it's worth. No one can tell you that. And there's no rule. Like it's not like, okay, well, money manifestations, they usually take this long, or SP manifestations, well, they usually take this long. There's no rules on it, which means we should never look at manifestation as taking a long time. We should never word it like, when's the 3D going to finally catch up? I know out of frustration we think that way, but we shouldn't be talking about it that way because, listen, we're creating our own assumptions. We should always be referring to ourselves as master manifestors. We manifest so quickly in every category. Because I do think we have some obvious influence at time. And the reason why I think that is because we can create any assumption we want. So if we were to continuously say something, affirm something, script something in regards to how quickly you manifest, I do believe that can become a belief or an assumption. So I do think that's possible. I just think people get frustrated and give up too soon before that assumption is taken hold. But as relative of how quickly things can be moved, make your state your priority. That will bring an instant change in reflection. I don't care what anybody says. I experience that every single time, no matter what state I'm in. You ask anybody who's starting to listen to me when it comes to states, they will own up that something changes out here. Something definitely changes within their 3D when they start making their states their priority. Period. Doesn't mean it stays perfect. Doesn't mean you hold the same wonderful state 24/7. It doesn't. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you. Right? We don't have to be perfect to manifest. You don't always have to be in the perfect state to manifest. I don't want you to think that. What I'm saying is, thank you, Christina. Thank you. You will see change no matter what state you're in. Meaning as we fluctuate through states, which we do all day long, you'll have a very common dwelling state, meaning you'll fall back to the same state. Thank you, Brittany. And Nicole Betch, look at the comments. Look at other people stepping up saying now that they've been paying attention to their state, things are changing. Things are moving and grooving. But like I said, it goes in any direction. Meaning, so if we fall back into victim state, usually something, unfortunately, will reflect our state in the 3D. But in a way, even though it might not feel good, it's still empowering because you know it's just your reflection. So you've got the ability to get back out of that state and get the new good reflection too. Do you see what I mean? So hopefully that helped. Yeah, hopefully that answered your question. Kim, that shirt works with your complexion so well. You are such a pretty batch. Oh, I love you. Is it Fandom Geek? I know you told me before what it is. I already forgot. But thank you. Cass Ann, Queen of Everything, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. Whenever my SP brings up 3P in conversation, it triggers me. I do revise and affirm on the spot. Good. However, it's annoying when he brings her up. Yes, it would annoy the shit out of me too. I would not like that. I'm not shocked that it would be triggering to anybody, so don't beat yourself up for that. But I would say it's probably now time to, let's get to the heart of that. If it's continuously coming up, it's a trigger we got to sit with. So, why? I know how stupid that question sounds, but let's talk like a toddler. Why? Why does that trigger you? You don't really have to answer me. I'm just saying this is what I want you to do to yourself. Why does that trigger you? Why is SP talking about 3P trigger you? For obvious reasons, I know. Then you're going to ask yourself again, but why? But why? Until you figure out where in your self-concept that it's coming from. And then you're going to sit with it for a minute. And by sit with it, it's just sitting with it, especially if you're in the moment being triggered, if you're still in that fresh moment. And listen, even if SP's sitting right there, you can be doing this in your head. Okay? Maybe the conversation will get a little quiet. You could do this. Okay? I don't care. I mean, if you want to revise on the spot, you keep doing that. That's fine. But I would be sitting with it after I've dissected where it's coming from in my self-concept. And then I would be paying attention to where I feel it in my body. Where I feel it in my body. Okay? So when I'm getting triggered or when I'm upset, not feeling chosen. Okay. When I'm being triggered by anything, for me, if it's hurt, if it's trigger hurt, it'll be in my stomach. If it's triggered anger, it'll be in my chest. Sometimes it's both. Sometimes it's both. I will sit with it. I will see where, I will put my focus completely on where I'm feeling it. And in a way, it's like not focusing on the exact trigger thought in that moment. It's just sitting, focusing on where I'm feeling it. The reason why we do this, I don't want to throw you off and think, oh my God, I have to care about all these feelings. No, this is just a way to have a gauge, a temperature gauge of what's on a thermometer of what's going on, because it's going to lead you to something, which I'll explain in a second. So you're sitting with it, you're focusing on where you're feeling it. And if it doesn't in that moment start fading off, this is when I want you to start reminding yourself of who you are. For some, that's going into an I am meditation. The I am. If you don't like to meditate like me, That's where I will sit and just remind myself of who I am. I'm the sole creator of my reality. I have God within me. I am the I am. I am having this experience. My desires are coming from my I amness. I'm allowed to have these experiences. I'm allowed to have this manifestation. In those moments, let's keep it real. If it's a strong trigger, it'll come back into my mind, which the idea is we're trying to separate it with the feeling and the thought. But for me, it'll come back depending on how strong that trigger is. So if it comes back while you're in the middle of the I amness, that's when I would try this. I know this is going to sound so cliche and corny, but talk to your ego. Talk to your ego as if your ego is you as a little girl or a little boy. And reassure your ego that we don't need its help anymore. You're a big girl. You got your big girl panties on, and you can handle your 3D. And it's kind of soothing your own ego. I know it sounds corny, but it helps you to shed the layer that we're trying to get rid of so we can stop the trigger and therefore get this 3P out of our equation. So you can soothe your ego in the moment, go back into your I amness. And when you feel that feeling, so remember I told you to focus on where you're feeling it in your body. As you're doing all of that, it should feel like it expands and like expands on its way out of leaving. So that yucky stomach feeling will boom, go away, right? Good. That's when I want you to start focusing on the version of you that has the desire. So for some people, going straight to that version, it can be uncomfortable. You can feel resistance to it. I used to feel resistance, especially when I was on solo vacation. So that's when I suggest doing the what ifs. What ifs? So by what ifs, I mean, what if 3P was gone tomorrow? What if SP showed up on my doorstep tomorrow and says, that's it. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I don't know why I ever had this dumb effer in my equation. Let's get married, or whatever your desires are. Start what ifing yourself. What ifing, and you will feel that in your body. Now for me, I get happy like butterfly feelings in my stomach. So maybe you'll feel the happy giddiness somewhere in your body. And that's you in that moment embodying that state. You're embodying that version of yourself. Girl, I get it. No, listen. You don't have to explain yourself. We are all human beings. There's always going to be something that's probably going to trigger us. We are always in a evolving journey, aren't we? Until we're back to, if you believe in God, until we're back to God. If you believe in just source, well, until we're back to source. We're on this journey for life. That's why manifestation or law of assumption should be your lifestyle. You should be applying it to all areas, which I think you do. So I don't even need to say that to you. But don't ever be ashamed if you're being triggered by something. Don't ever feel bad for that. Don't look at yourself as you're a failure. You're a damn human being. You're going to have moments where we still respond like a human. We are not failures for doing that. And I promise you, even I still get triggered. Even I have my moments. Hasn't stopped me from manifesting. That's why I know we don't have to be perfect. I know we don't. So hopefully that answered your question. Only love is real. Member for 2 months. Hi, Kim. My daughter's father has a toxic girlfriend. Her and her daughter are bipolar and not on meds. I've been trying to manifest her away for over a year. I don't want to be with him. So how do I get rid of this 3P? You don't want to be with him. Well, first of all, just because this woman and her daughter are around your children or your child, yes, I know we want them out of the equation. And any other time I would be, saying don't put any focus on 3P because that's how we get 3Ps out of the equation. But since this isn't an SP that you're trying to manifest back, so it's not the same type of third party scenario, I would be saying things. We don't have to use them exactly in the affirmation, but I would be affirming something that says that, every time your daughter is at daddy's, it's always a safe environment. She's always in a safe, happy environment whenever she's, how about whenever she's away from you? Well, I know how, I didn't mean that. That's how that sounded. Like whenever she's away from you, she's happy and safe. I don't mean that. But meaning no matter where she is, she's always happy and safe. Just so we can make sure that, you know, if they really are bipolar, that they don't, I don't know, do anything mean to your daughter. So I would be doing that. It would be my number one focus, is that. And then I would be affirming that your ex is happily in love with someone else. He's happily moved on. You know, he is finally in a relationship with someone who doesn't have children. So his focus can stay just on your daughter. That's what I would be affirming. But you're going to have to work at the assumption you're holding about your ex. Meaning, I'm sure there's some bitterness that he's been involved with someone like that, you know, or someone that's should be medicated. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I don't want to make a judgment on this person, but your assumption about your ex and probably worrying every time you send your child there, we have to address that, because if you're going to hang on to that, that's going to keep you in that state. So it's like you're continuously going back into a state where, you know, we expect shitty things to happen when daughter goes to dad's. We have to change that. I know that doesn't sound easy. I know it doesn't, but we can't keep the same story if we want the story and the circumstances to change. So I would be stepping into the version of yourself that doesn't have this scenario anymore. It's so easy peasy. You know, you get along great with your ex, they're with a great new girl or whatever. That's how I would be looking at things. And honestly, because you're not trying to manifest this guy back in a relationship, I almost want to say that maybe this should be not as difficult, because there's no real love feelings. There's no broken hearts attached. So it's really you changing the story. Number one thing would be daughter is safe and happy whenever she's at dad's for now, as you're affirming that he's moved on to somebody else. I probably would not affirm direct affirmations with putting the focus on them, since we're trying to remove them from the awareness. So I would be wording around them. That's just what I would do. You don't have to do exactly what I would do. It's your reality. But if it were me, that's how I would handle it. Keep in mind, if you stay thinking and worrying about the scenario, which, don't get me wrong, as a mother, I get it. I know why you're worrying. But the more you linger there, the more the story stays. Do you see what I'm saying? It's important to get rid of the story. So you can do that by changing your state. Okay? Nicole Betch. Guys, here we go with the jokes. The dad jokes. Number one, I was addicted. The hokey pokey. But I turned myself around. Number two, I was going to make a belt out of clocks, but I figured it might be a waste of time. Where do you get these? You are fired from these stupid jokes. You must have a book that you're just literally torturing me with each individual terrible dad joke. It's probably like a 1,000-page book with 1,000 bad jokes on each individual page that you're going to torture me for life with. Good God. Autumn, thank you very much. Thank you for being you. Autumn, thank you for being you. Thank you very much. That was very nice. Thank you. Taylor Marie, thank you very much. Thanks for being... Taylor Marie, thank you. Damn, 2 of you guys in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Plus, I see you. I see you in my comments, answering questions, helping. I see it. I see you, Taylor. Thank you very much. VC, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. SP spent the night with me after he got off work, like the real couple we are. Love it. He even confirmed that he and the 3P are over. Next thing he'll say is that he wants to get back together with me. I'm excited. Thank you so much. Oh, honey, he is back together with you. Congratulations. So you got rid of the 3P. Well done. Well done. Look at you getting all this movement, VC. Think back from the very first time you and I spoke ever one-on-one. Think of that and compare it to now. Look at your journey. Seriously, look at how you've evolved. Look at all the movement and look at the bridge of incidents that played out in front of you, right? I'm sure there were times you were worried, you were afraid, maybe it wasn't going to work out, but look how it finally played out. Look at that. All the moments that we worried, didn't need to. It was all a bridge of incidents. I am very proud of you. A lot of people would have jumped ship. They would have. A lot of people give up during the tough times. You didn't. And this is why you're getting this movement. I am so proud of you. Yeah, and you too, Desandra Thrasher. Well done. I literally can't thank you enough, Kim. Thanks to you. I never gave up. You know, I don't like anybody to thank me for it though, because you did the work. I'm just the big mouth in the videos. You're the ones who are at home or at work. You know, you're the ones facing the triggers. You're the ones doing the hard stuff. Honestly, I'm very, very proud of you. I think if everybody's honest, everybody's had a moment where they've wanted to give up on what they're manifesting. It's usually SP manifestations. They wanted to give up because things are just so upsetting, triggering, or they're a struggle in that 3D. It takes a sack of cojones to stick it out. And I'm so very proud of you guys that do. I know things can pop up in the 3D that are very, very upsetting, and they make you feel like it's the polar opposite of what you're manifesting, and it can cause you to totally lose hope. I am telling you, don't give up. Don't ever give up, because the shit will roll up. The shit will roll up. VC is an example of that. And Desandra. There's a lot of HBICs who are the proof of manifestations. Honestly. So, well done, everyone. I'm very, very happy. Very proud of you. And also, one more time, congratulations on your degree and your new career. Well done. We are renting a room with a private pool on Monday. I'm so excited for that. I think something really good will happen. It was his idea and everything. Of course it will. And always expect the best. Yes. Very happy for you. Well done, VC. I'm proud of you. Brittany Nicole, I had to rewatch the beginning. Listen, I was getting phone calls throughout, so I was quite distracted on the call. You should never be distracted from me. I'm your mother. Only love is real. Thank you very much. Just wanted to add, oh, wait a minute. It just updated on me. Fuck. Chat. Come on. All right, hold on. I got to go to the other damn screen. Sorry. Fuck. You know that's just evidence of me talking too long. And I'm so aware of that. God, every time I turn and I see myself in the viewfinder, all I see is a fucking tooth. I hate it. Okay. Wait a minute. What? Shit. Did I say only love is real? I hope. Was that who I was just reading? I hope it is, because that's what the next one is on here. Was it only love is real? Did I say only love is real just a second ago? Yeah, Poop is sleeping like she had a double shift tonight. She's been doing this shit all day. Except for her incessant barking every time the neighbor's dog bark. But at least she's happier now. At least she's down here now. Anyway, okay. Shit. You think I missed some? I think I did too. This is friggin', I did Autumn. I did Taylor. I missed Lady Butterfly Eyes. I think. Damn it, this... You'd think this would just give me a clear, in-order thing of... Come on, YouTube. It's 2022. You can't make this any easier. Shit. And I don't like that this other screen doesn't give me the member chats either. I don't understand that. What's the point of giving out the member a free chat if you're not going to let me get it from anywhere other than the damn... All right, I think I missed Lady Butterfly Eyes, so I'm going to read that one. What the fuck? Hold on. Oh, different day. I just started paying. I'm like, what? It was different day. Okay. All right. So Lady Butterfly Eyes. How to manifest narcissist ex back off legal battle. Right off the top. I did, Eugenia. Thank you. I'll go to that one next. Right off the jump, we have to, you're not going to like this, but you've got to stop describing your ex as a narcissist. And it's not that I don't believe you that he's a narcissist. I believe you. But we have to not describe them as a narcissist anymore. If you don't, nothing's going to change. Do you see what I'm saying? Nothing's going to change. So how we're describing people matters. So if you're in this legal battle and you want them to back off, you have to start seeing yourself as the version of yourself that has no worries, no legal battles, nothing done. You know, either it's you want it removed completely or you want to be successful, like winning it. Okay. Thank you, Brittany Nicole. Yes, the only accounts I have are singles. One TikTok, one Instagram, one YouTube. All the rest are fake. So, plus I don't do nothing through DMs. I don't do nothing directly through TikTok or Instagram. All I do is through my email for now. So yeah, got to stop describing him as a narcissist. Okay. So depending on if you just want this to go away, as in if he's the one bringing on the court battle, you want him to drop it. We can start seeing it as how easygoing he is, how friendly he is, how awesome he is. I know that's going to be difficult when we think he's a bag of shit. I know that. But, you know, we have to start seeing things in the 3D differently. We have to get it to change. And your state of consciousness matters. So if you're in a state of consciousness where, no, listen, this isn't your fault. So don't think that, okay? But if we've had experience after experience after experience with SP showing up as a narcissist, and they have probably done things to you in your relationship that are triggering, traumatic, you know, upsetting, all your feelings connected to those experiences are very, very valid and real. I don't want you to think that we're taking away from that. But in order for us to get what we want out of this scenario, we have to change how we're seeing things in the 3D. You know what I'm saying? I know that's not easy, especially with a narcissistic asshole. I know that can be hard, but if we don't stop seeing them that way, It's like we're climbing uphill all damn day long. See what I mean? So sometimes we got to do the stuff we don't feel like doing. But you could always be affirming that it's very easy for you to step into the state or step into the version of yourself that has no legal troubles and never has to deal with that narcissistic twat ever again. See what I mean? Do you see what I mean? So whether you want to affirm that you have been, you've won the court battle or he's dropped charges, your choice which direction you go. You could also revise the very moment that you were notified of this court battle. You could revise it as if it never happened, and then a series of incidents or a bridge of incidents will play out and it will go bye-bye. But it's you standing in your power and not wavering, which I know it can be scary when we're dealing with a court battle. But listen, anything can be changed. Anything can be fixed. There's nothing off limits as to what we can manifest. Nothing. So that's where I would go. It's embodying the version of yourself. You can still affirm, still script, still visualize, do all your things. But it's seeing yourself as that version that doesn't have to deal with that dumb shit anymore. See what I mean? That's how I would handle that. Okay, only love is real. Thank you very much. Just wanted to add love you. Thank you for being so authentic, empathetic, and relatable. Thank you for... Thankful for you and Poops. Thank you so much. Jesus, only love is real. That was very nice. Thank you. Very hard to change my view of him. Oh, listen, I know that's not going to be easy. What if I were you? I would be affirming that it became easy for you to change your view on him. I would use every tool I have at my disposal to help me, so that I'm victorious in my 3D. Because I know that's not going to be easy. I know it's not, especially if you have a bunch of experiences with him. But we have to stop seeing him that way. And I know that's not easy, but it's possible. It is possible. Yes, if we don't make the changes, nothing will change. 100% true. Only love is real. Thank you so much again. God, you guys are good to me. And Eugenia Chavez gave me a nice little sticker. Thank you very much. Thank you. Diamond Victoria, thank you very much. Feeling hopeless. SP told my friend that he'd never get back with me and is looking for a new girlfriend. Living in the end feels delusional at this point. Diamond Victoria. So we're listening to dumb friends of his now? We're taking their word as solid gold? No. Yes. In the manifestation game, we do sound fucking crazy. We do sound delusional. I am so aware of that. But guess what? Being delusional is a hell of a lot better than accepting the false bullshit of our 3D and living in existence where shit just keeps happening to us and we're powerless to change it. Fuck that. I'll take delusional any day of the damn week because I'll be delusional and be getting everything I want as I do. So it's a lot better over in La La Land, little delusional land. It's a lot better over here. Why are you listening to a dumbass friend of his who's doing nothing but reflecting your inner fears? Period. Period. We don't give a rat's ass what a dumbass friend of his says. We don't even politely give a shit what he has to say. We do not care. They do not run you. You run your 3D. They are reflecting you. Come on now. You know this. You're not new to the law of assumption. People in our 3D are only ever reflecting us. We are the only cause of what we experience out there. And that's not saying that from the place of blaming ourselves. You know me. I don't blame myself for shit that's manifested. I just acknowledge that my thoughts, my state of consciousness creates. But I'm not blaming myself for it. No. So I'm not telling you to blame yourself. I'm saying, hello, knock, knock. That's just your reflection. And judging by your super chat, that would tell me you are in a victim state, which is exactly what you're receiving. Listen, Whatever state of consciousness you are currently embodying, no one has choice in your 3D but to reflect from that state. No choice. So if you're in a state where you are not believing, and listen, it's normal to not believe. It is. But if we're still looking at 3D, like people are doing things to us, I have no power over my 3D. That's a victim state. No other way around it. It is. Everyone's guilty of being in that state at some point. Everyone is. But you're in it right now. And that's why you're listening to some dodo bird in that 3D telling you stupid shit. You didn't even hear it from the actual horse's mouth. You heard it from a friend. We're listening to friends now. I don't give a rat's ass what anybody says about my SB. I do not care. I mean, they can't insult him because I will go up one side, down the other. No one is going to get in between me and my person. I don't care what anybody, you should not be giving a shit. They are reflecting fear, reflecting your inner fears. Remember, people are always ever going to reflect the state you are in. And each state you're in has its own sets of beliefs, assumptions, self-concept. So what state were you in when this conversation even happened? Why would we take a third party's solid gold answer? Why would we take that as, oh my God, that must be true. That's it. I got to quit manifesting. I'm so stupid for manifesting. I'm so delusional for manifesting my SP because his friend said that he's not going to ever come back to me. So I just got to give up. No. This is when you double down and you remind yourself of who the hell you are. You're the God of your reality. You have God, higher power, whatever you believe in within you. That's how you are manifesting. That's how you're able to do it. And you are happily, easily manifesting right now. You are successfully manifesting, even in this moment. Even in this moment, you're successfully getting exactly what state you're in. You're getting the perfect reflection of the state you're in. And you always will. Whether you give up on SP manifestation, you're still always ever manifesting. So if you want to give up, you can. I can't make anybody want to manifest. Well, I suppose I could affirm for that, but I ain't gonna. I'm way too lazy. But I would not give up. That's like you're giving up on something you're going to be doing anyway. We're always ever manifesting, always. So all you're doing is removing your choice from the matter, and you're going to go back to letting life just happen to you. It's going to be hard to go back that way. Listen, I know victim state can feel very comfy. Victim state can feel comfy. Victim state can feel so damn natural and comfortable because most of us have been in that state most of their lives. It's probably your dominant autopilot state. It is for most people. So it can be hard to see the bigger picture. It can be hard to see, holy shit, it's been me. It's been me causing these stupid things that I don't like in my 3D. If it's been me, then I get to change that shit too. I get to start getting what I want instead of living a miserable existence, watching the person I love go off to another. Fuck no. Put your damn foot down and take control back of your reality. Take your power back. Fuck that entirely. If you're feeling delusional, good. We are delusional over here, but we're busy getting what we want. What's delusional, in my opinion, is falling for shit in the 3D and allowing that to throw you off your game and have you go back to an existence that wasn't very fun before. Listen, come on. Think about it, guys. Although this road can be up and down because you're only ever facing yourselves. This is a self-awareness journey. But damn, you're changing. You're getting rid of the heavy shit that's been hanging onto you like cement blocks your entire life. You're getting to let it go so you can start actually living an existence you enjoy. So if you want to give up on this particular SP, listen, that's always your choice. I don't control your reality. You can do that if you want to. But I will tell you this, I would not give up on addressing whatever inner beliefs and assumptions you're holding around love and relationships, or else that pattern's going to repeat into your next one. And I don't say that from a place of trying to make you scared. I'm trying to save you from experiencing it over and over and over again. I know when things get tough with a certain specific person, a lot of us want to just give up because we don't like the feedback we're receiving in the 3D. That's fine. But I promise if you don't address it, you're going to face it again in the next SP. Because it's a cycle, it's a pattern, it's your beliefs. And your beliefs and assumptions will always creep up and take over. That's how this works. I would not give up if I were you. I would be not giving a rat's ass what his dumb ass friend said to you. I wouldn't. I'd go back to your little delusional 4D world and get on your manifestation game. And give a shit about what state you're in. States are important. Okay. Smart Start 24. Thank you very much. Hi, Kim. Well, I did it. SP pissed me off and I reacted. Told him I didn't want to see him again. Blocked him on Messenger. He hasn't tried to apologize. Well, he's blocked. So how are you going to apologize if he's blocked? I'm just saying. Okay. So you took some action. You reacted. So, is that how you really feel? You really want to just be done and never be with that person again? Or you just act out of anger? Which one is it? I have a feeling it's just act out of anger and you actually want that SP. So what I would probably do in your shoes is I would very quietly maybe unblock his ass, maybe. And then I'd go back to revising what I just did. And then I'd get back on my manifestation game. You don't have to do that. You don't got to revise shit if you don't want to. But I would get back on that manifestation game. You know, listen, when we react like that, everybody's done it. So I'm not going to yell at you for reacting. Everybody's reacted at some point in their 3D. Okay? But after the fact, we need to size that situation up. Was that something we needed to do? Was that a boundary we needed to place? Or were we just being a dramatic ass in that moment? We need to decide which one is it. Sometimes it's a boundary we needed to put down. It was a growth moment for us. And sometimes it's us being an overdramatic ass. So which one is it for you? Which one was it? Get back on your manifestation game. You know as well as I do, you want that SP. You do want to talk to him again. And if you don't want to unblock him at this point, you do not have to. But how can he even bother to apologize if he's blocked? That don't even make mathematical sense to me. You know what I'm saying? You know you want him to. That's why you want him to come and apologize. But remember, SPs are only ever reflecting what's going on within us. I tried so hard not to react, but he kept failing. He kept failing. What do you mean he kept failing? What does that mean? What's that mean? What did he keep failing at? Give me more details, Smart Start. Do you think maybe this was a moment a boundary needed to be said? Where he could have done the right thing. Okay. I'm not going to say that you're wrong in what you're thinking, right? But if you're in a victim state, and you're seeing 3 pieces, like he hadn't responded to my message a few days ago. Okay. All right. Let me say this. However you feel about this scenario, listen, your feelings are valid. I'm not going to say that they're not, because they are. But you saying to me, and I brought that up, that he didn't apologize at all. Okay. So him not responding to a message, and he didn't apologize. It was just, oh, I was busy. Oh, my friend was over. Okay. So in that moment, though, when you brought it up to him and he gave you that response and you felt he should apologize, and it's not that I'm saying you're wrong for the wanting of the apology, right? I don't like that sometimes it's presented in this community that when we're manifesting someone that we have to put up with their rude bullshit because we're manifesting. I don't do that. I don't put up with disrespectful bullshit either. So I get that. But even though I won't tolerate disrespectful shit, doesn't mean in the moment I still have to sit and reflect and realize, but they're reflecting me. They're showing up behaving this way because of my inner beliefs and assumptions. I'm going to react and tell a bitch off if they're being disrespectful to me. But in the scheme of things, I'm going to realize, okay, well, they are reflecting me. I'm manifesting this somehow. And if it's my SP, I'm definitely going to look at, okay, why is this happening? I'm going to see why this is happening because I want that shit to stop. A lot of times it boils down to not feeling like a priority, not feeling good enough, right? When we're being disrespected, for me, that can feel like not a priority. So we want to address that, the feeling of not being a priority, because essentially he's showing up, displaying that behavior based on you, based on what state you're in. So if you're in a state where we're expecting this behavior out of them and that we're looking at the SP like they are displaying free will, like they're consciously choosing to be shitty to us, right? We are feeling like we're not the only cause anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? When we're looking at SP and seeing them as doing anything under the guise of free will, we've got to reevaluate, because that's not us being the only cause. That's not us being the sole creator. That's us giving free will back to someone who doesn't have it. So when we're looking at them like they're consciously choosing to be disrespectful to me, we have to reevaluate where our thinking is going. Not that the way we feel is invalid. No, if I wouldn't put up with disrespectful behavior either. So don't let that get lost in what I'm trying to say. But all right, now that that's over, it's time to come back and say, okay, I'm not going to put up with a bitch being disrespectful to me. But now that that part's over, okay, how the fuck did I manifest this shit? How did I do it? Because it came from me. See what I mean? So why do you not feel like a priority? Where is that coming from? Has he done things to you in the past that has made you feel like not a priority? And if so, are you holding him in that assumption? Because either way, you're in what I would call a victim state right now. Any state where we think SPs are doing things to us, that's a victim state. So don't be scared of the word victim state, or the phrase victim state. Don't, because I call everything the victim state. So thank you, Vinny. Thank you. I would also, embody the version of yourself that knows she's a priority. Of course she is. Of course everyone makes you a priority. Of course. It's normal to not be able to hold that and to fall right back out. That's normal. It's just the stepping at it each day, stepping at it. And it'll get easier and easier, and you'll be able to embody it more and more. And that 3D will start reflecting. Like I said, there's no such thing as being in a state and then your 3D not reflecting it, ever. Okay? Lotus Breeze, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. My SP is acting distant and I'm feeling angry. How do I get out of the state of anger and thinking the worst, that there is someone else? Okay, well, we don't want you thinking that, right? We don't want to think that. Yes, like a state shift. Yes, it is a state shift. So yes, smart start. Yeah. All right, so SP is acting distant, and now you're feeling angry because SP is acting distant. Okay, and you are welcome. I'm sorry, I was listening to the outside. It sounds like somebody's out there. I think my neighbor's outside. Let's see. I just lost my train of thought. Okay, so we want to evaluate why you're feeling angry that SP is acting distant. Why are we feeling angry about that? Not that you shouldn't feel angry. That's not what I mean. But why are we? What is coming up? Your person acting distant, what is that triggering within us? So what's at play? The dog's name is technically Trinity, but she only answers to poop, which was short for poopsie. So regardless, there's a reason why we're being triggered and going into anger. So what is it? Do we not feel chosen by this person? Do we not feel good enough? You feel the scary thought of there being a 3P, that would roll down to not feeling chosen. Yes, not feeling chosen. Well, why? Why? Have we had other experiences, other relationships where we did not feel chosen? Is this a pattern that we've had over and over and over again? Is this something we've experienced over and over again with SP? Are we holding SP in that story? Yes, Trinity, like from Matrix. It's exactly where it came from. Yes, twin. So if it's something you're facing all the time, and if this isn't the first time that your SP has, started acting distant, then I would be sitting with this, figuring out why it's coming up, and then reminding yourself of who you are. Really, really thinking about and connecting to, I am the God of my reality. I am the I am. I am having, right, or God, higher power, is having a human experience through me. So if I'm feeling that SP is being distant, that is a fearful thought. I know that's a big word, meaning I know that sounds like a big stretch from being angry, but anytime we're experiencing any type of thought that doesn't line up with us getting our manifestation, that is fear-based. So there's the fear of a possible 3P. It's the fear of not being able to manifest that specific person. It's the fear of not being able to have it, which doesn't line up with us being the I am. If we're the only cause, right? If we're the only cause of our reality or what we experience in our reality, fearing not being able to have SP, fearing the loss of SP, fearing not being chosen. No, that is from our ego, or it's coming from a shitty state. So your job would to be, if you like to affirm, you could be affirming, of course SP chooses me. SP's never distant from me. SP never displays hot and cold behavior. But I would make your state your priority. I would be crawling my way back to a more beneficial state. A state where you know that you get what you want. You know your SP is head over heels in love with you and is going nowhere. And when someone is acting distant, we never correlate it that it must be something wrong with us. That's all fear-based, which lines up to the video I posted today. Our specific people are human beings. Right? They're still humans. They're not robots. They're always ever reflecting the state we are in. So if SP is showing up distant, acting cold, and you're perceiving it as my SP's acting distant, it's not that I'm saying you're wrong for thinking that. I'm saying it's based on the state you're in. Your thoughts are always a product of the state you're embodying. You shift your state, your thoughts will shift too. The way you perceive 3D will change, and the way SP reflects will change. So make it your priority to tell yourself that you're the woman, or you're the version of yourself that has whatever she desires. There's nothing to worry about. You're the sole cause. You're the God of your reality. Do you see what I mean? Affirm that it's easy for you to embody a more beneficial state. It's easy for you to step into the version of yourself that has the desire, and make that your priority, and things will start changing. It'll be easier to handle when SP does anything we don't like in the 3D. Your perception of it will be completely different if you're in a different state, and it will have no reflection. Let me give you an example. Say SP canceled plans that you guys had tonight. You canceled plans, and you're in a victim state. So you're going to perceive that SP is doing that because they just don't want to be with you anymore, so they're backing off. And you confront SP. Why did you call this off? Why did you cancel tonight? They're either not going to respond, they're going to leave you on red, or they're going to tell you, I don't know, I just need a break. Now, if you had been in a different state, if you had been in the woman who has it all state, and SP canceled plans, the way you would have perceived it is you would have believed, oh, something must have come up. And the entire scenario would have changed. You wouldn't have had to ask SP why they cancel plans. They wouldn't even enter your mind, because you wouldn't have made it about you. You wouldn't have thought it had anything to do with you. And then the next time you hear from SP, which would probably be an hour or two later, just explaining, hey, I'm really sorry about tonight, but, my car broke down, and, I've got diarrhea and I can't make it, but I love you and I can't wait to see you. Can we reschedule for tomorrow? Do you see how what state you're in can completely change your 3D? Your original perception based on the state you're in will completely flip a scenario around. I cannot tell you how many times I've experienced that firsthand myself. So I know that your world will change instantly by the state you're in. You change your state, everything out here changes. I cannot stress that enough. I'm not saying it just because I like talking about states. Let's talk about states. I'm saying it because I have experienced this over and over and over again. Make your state your priority and watch that fucking 3D start to instantly show evidence of your new state. Every time. It might not be instant manifestation, but it will be instant change. Well, you will know, holy shit, this shit just... oh, yeah, yeah, diarrhea. I'm just saying. Okay? So make your state your priority. Tell yourself it's easy for you to embody the state of the woman who has it all. Yeah? Okay. One moment. Andy G, thank you very much. I want to be the only one who my boyfriend desires. How? Embody the state of the version of you who has a boyfriend who only desires you, or has that boyfriend and they only desire you. Embody the state. Embody the version of yourself that just knows that. That is that easy. I know it sounds stupid, but it really is that easy. Start embodying that state. Start telling yourself that every single day. It's so easy for you to embody the state of the woman who has it all. And that man is head over heels in love with me and only me. Embody that state. What if you had evidence tomorrow that you knew that your SP was completely obsessed with only you? What if he had evidence tomorrow? What if he showed up tomorrow professing his love to you? What if? How does that feel? It should feel good. That's you embodying the state. Do it every damn day. Make it your priority. That's how. Hello? For you even to want that desire, that's telling me that you're questioning it. You're thinking that he's desiring somebody other than you, or multiple people. That's you being in a shitty state. So shift on over. Embody the state of the woman who knows that her boyfriend only desires her. Yes, that state exists. Yes, you can do it. Okay. Jen, thank you very much. SP of 8 years of off and on dating told me 2.5 weeks ago he was sure we would date again and spoke to my mom for the first time. Then cold. No reach out in 1.5 weeks. Birthday in 4 days. How to handle the cold. How to respond. Okay. All right. Told me 2.5 weeks ago he was sure we would date again and he spoke to your mom for the first time. Then he went cold. And he's not reached out in a week and a half. Your birthday's in 4 days. How to handle the cold. How to respond. Okay. So right now you're letting that 3D control you. You're letting the 3D control you in this moment. You're believing the fear, the false evidence appearing real. You're believing it. And you're letting it dictate what state you're living in. Because right now, you're in a victim state. You're in a victim state. You are. Because we're panicking over time frames. You're clocking how much time is in between, the last time you heard from him or when he talked to your mom. You're clocking the time. You're paying attention to 3D. I know we got to live in the 3D, okay? I know it can be difficult, but it's because of the state you're in. If you were in a different state, if you were embodying the version of yourself that doesn't have to worry about this dumb shit, and your SP would be showing up reflecting that new state. See what I'm saying? Right now, SP is beautifully reflecting your victim state. And you're perceiving it that way. You're concerned that it's cold behavior and they're going to disappear off the face of the earth. And your birthday's or somebody's birthday's in 4 days. And they're going to miss the birthday because we haven't gotten together. Right? Yeah, they said all these wonderful things 2.5 weeks ago and they talked to your mom. But you haven't heard from them in a week and a half. Now they're cold. Hot and cold is always a reflection of our own hot and cold thoughts, behaviors, perceptions, meaning your state. So it's the state you're in. It is not difficult to shift your state. But when we shift, it is normal for things to bubble up that we must address if we've been avoiding them. Okay? So in this moment, I would be telling myself it is so damn easy for you to get into the state of the woman who has whatever the hell she wants. And her man is head over heels in love with her and only her. And we don't have to ask him to get back together. He's going to come pursue you. Because you're going to be the version of yourself that expects that behavior. Right now, you're looking at SP as if he has free will. And he doesn't. But you're believing the 3D. You're believing the circumstances. And you're seeing them as being bigger than the power you have within your mind. Yes? I know you're doing that. That's okay. We're all guilty of it. So, remind yourself of who the hell you are. You're the God of your reality. You are. You're the sole creator. What would it be like if you had your desires right now in this moment? What would it be like if SP showed up tomorrow and confessed his love and said, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you, baby. Let's get married and have 1 million babies. What would it be like? What would you feel like? What if he told you, oh my God, I can't stop thinking about you. The last week and a half that you've been clocking, all I've been doing is thinking of you. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. How would you feel? In that moment, how would you feel? You would probably feel fucking amazing. You'd probably feel happy. You'd feel it in your body. That you embodying the state. Do that every day. Every day. And things will change. Don't give in to that 3D. Don't be fooled by the 3D. Okay. And as far as how to respond, what's there to respond to? What's there to respond to? You're fearing. Don't fear. SP's going to contact you. We don't really ever have to take action in the 3D. The only action we have to take is what's going on up here. Inspired action won't be anything you're double guessing or questioning anyway. So you have nothing to worry about. You don't have to worry about how to respond. SP will contact you. If it's bothering you enough that you want to reach out to SP, as long as you're not in this desperate, needy state where you're going to, fall apart by how they respond or if they respond, then go ahead and reach out. Go ahead. Don't be so hard on yourselves. Don't be so hard on yourself. A different Jen. Thank you very much. That's exactly what I'm feeling. I woke up and said, no, thanks, buddy. Thank you. I'm so glad I asked you, and thank you for the condolences. It's been tough. Jen, again, I am so sorry about the loss of your grandmother. I am so sorry. And listen, maybe this is you waking up to what you are worthy of. You're worthy of expecting the best behavior from that person. And maybe now you're stepping into that. Maybe that's you stepping into or embodying the state of the woman who knows that she deserves the best behavior from her men. He'll start reflecting if that's what's happening. If you even still want him. I'm just saying. He'll start reflecting. Hello, Amy F. Poop. People are worried you're not moving. Poop. Poop. See, I can see her breathing, but poop. Poop. You know she's telling me to fuck off. Poop. They were concerned about you, man. They were worried you hadn't moved. Do you care? Hi, pretty girl. There. Okay. Yeah, she gave us a filthy look. She's pissed that I woke her up. Do you want a treat? Do you want a treat? I'll give you a treat. Give her a treat. You want this? Or don't you care about the treat? You know you're not supposed to eat it on the couch, though? Bitch. She ain't listening to me. I know, she was. She was like, really? Hey, why are you eating it on the couch? You ain't supposed to eat on the couch. She's ignoring me. Yeah, she did. She said bye. Lotus Breeze, thank you very much. I caught SP in a lie, and it has triggered me. Ooh, that would have triggered me too. I don't like lying. She doesn't care. She's like, I was snoozing. Dang. At least you got a treat out of it. Hi. You're so pretty. Are you so pretty? But she's always got judgy eyes. She's always judging. Poop. You're so pretty. Oh, I'm sure she's pretty calling me all sorts of swear words right now. Aren't you? You calling me all sorts of swear words? Are you so pretty? She's pissed. Look at the faces she's giving me behind my back. Poop, are you mad at me? I love you, Poop. She don't give a shit. All right. I would be triggered too, Lotus Breeze. I wouldn't like being caught or catching anybody in a lie. That would make me upset. Okay, so what was the lie? And you don't got to tell me specifically, but I'm saying to you, what was the lie? Is this lie of importance? I mean, all lying is shitty. But meaning, is it connected to our self-concept? And are we taking this and thinking, oh my God, what else are you lying about? Because listen, when SP is displaying behaviors like that, that is connected to, generally, if we keep picking at it, I've seen it being connected to not a priority, not feeling good enough, and not chosen. The three most common ones, but it's an expectation of our SPs to disappoint us. So number one, if you've ever caught SP in a lie before, or previous SPs, there can be an expectation to be disappointed by love interests. So we might have that as an assumption that needs to be dealt with. So it's not that your feelings on, feeling triggered because they lied to you. Your feelings are valid. Nobody would like that. But I'm sure if we kept digging, we would figure it's connected to our self-concept. So what assumptions do we have of this person and around love and relationships? She's totally dismissed us. But anyway, Poop has officially dismissed us. Fab Lane Jules, thank you very much. Reached out to SP after 9 months, no contact. On Sunday, he replied quick. He was very polite. Told him I found something of his. He said he would come by later. I said, okay. I haven't heard anything since, trying to chill. All right, wait a minute. On Sunday, he replied quick. He's very polite. Told him I found something of his. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so he said he would stop by on Sunday, and he hasn't. So you're trying to chill. Good. I don't want you to... Don't start attaching a negative meaning to this. Don't start attaching a negative meaning. And if you are, honey, I'm going to say that that's related to not feeling like a priority. Not feeling like a priority. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't like that shit either. If somebody says, Poop really said F the 3D. If somebody says they're going to do something they don't, I don't like that either, right? That makes us not have trust in that person. But it's all coming from our own self-concept. So is the fact that we don't feel like a priority at play? Probably. Not feeling chosen? Probably. So what state are you embodying? Are you embodying the state of the woman who knows her man is head over heels in love with her and is always making her a priority? Or are we in a victim state? Are we in a victim state where we're thinking SP doesn't make us a priority and we're getting upset with the fact that he said he's going to come over and then he didn't come over and then we probably secretly reacted? Probably. Which is also saying what state you're in. It's a victim state. And that's why we're perceiving it this way. Like the example I just gave, that how we're seeing the 3D, the perception of it, matters. Because depending on what state we're in, how we see things. Hold on. I've been manifesting him to reach out first, but I've been manifesting him to reach out first, but I did it anyway. Now I feel some type of way like I shouldn't have. Let me ask you specifically, why are you manifesting to have him reach out first? Why are we specifically either affirming, visualizing, scripting for him to reach out first? What would we do that for? I'll tell you why we do that. We would do that because, number one, we're attaching a meaning to, what's it called? Contact. We're attaching a meaning to it. We're attaching a meaning that, well, if they reach out to me first, that means they actually like me and they actually want to be with me. So we're giving contact meaning, which we shouldn't do. We're giving contact, don't do it. Don't fucking do that. Hear me out. I used to do that. If my SP didn't text me first thing in the morning, I equated that to, well, then you don't love me. You are not making me a priority. If you can't text me first thing in the morning, you don't love me. I literally thought that way. And I would have meltdowns and let it ruin my entire day if I didn't get my morning message. So I realize you're not doing the same thing with morning messages, but you're giving contact meaning. Meaning, I need SP to reach out to me first so I can have that 3D validation that SP really likes me, because I'm giving that first text meaning. That means you really like me. That's validation to me. That's the meaning I'm giving you're reaching out to me first. I realize you gave in and reached out, but I'm saying that's a stumbly road we probably don't even want to waste our time with. Your reality, you can manifest any way you want. You can make your own rules, right? But personally, I would not do that. Is that really the end? Is that the end goal? Because think about it. When we put our focus on fires, and that's what that is. That's you putting out a fire. I need SP to, he always reaches out to me first. Because when SPs reach out to me first, that means they like me. That means they're interested in me. When really they could just write to me and say, good morning, heifer. I don't want to ever see you again. He reached out to you first. So does that work? I'm just saying, you see? He could reach out first and say something totally fucking shitty. So why are we going to attach a meaning? Listen, it doesn't matter who reaches out first. What matters is you want to be in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship with this person. Right? By us manifesting, they reach out to me first. That is us embodying a state where we don't have the relationship. We don't have that relationship because we need that person to reach out first to give us validation that they actually fucking like us. So I'm in a victim state. I'm in a state where I am insecure and I need 3D validation to know that this person likes me this way. Listen, I'm not saying that we're all wanting love, relationships to have love reflected back to us. I get that. But do you see how that's putting out a fire? Because whatever SP did when they broke things off or however it ended, I'm sure hurt your feelings, and that's what we're hanging on to, and I get that. But we are the sole creators of our reality. The sole creators. We can manifest anything we fucking want. We can manifest that damn relationship. Right, so him not saying anything since Sunday makes me feel like he doesn't really want to be bothered. Right, he's not making you a priority. You're not feeling chosen. You're not feeling good enough. And that's all coming from the state you're currently embodying. And it makes sense that you're in that state because you're currently working on manifesting him to reach out first. Do you see how that proves what state you're in? You're in a victim state. Why do we want to manifest from victim state? So we can keep getting victim things, meaning he's showing up perfectly. You've manifested successfully. He's showing up, behaving in a way that helps keep you in victim state. Because SPs are only ever reflecting us, reflecting the state we're in. Or you can look at it as reflecting our inner beliefs and assumptions. Well, our inner beliefs and assumptions are connected to the state we're in. Your state is your home. It's your house. It's the foundation. So if we're in a shit state where we need 3D validation, meaning we need him to text me first, if we need that right from the top, we are in a victim state. Well, that's why I went ahead and reached out, and it still backfired. Yeah, because you were in a victim state and you reached out from a victim state. So he gave you exactly. You see what I'm saying? This is why we want to make our state of consciousness our priority. We want to be stepping into the versions of ourselves where we don't have to fucking worry about who fucking texts first. We don't have to worry about him showing up or not showing up because we know he's going to show up because he's going to chase our ass because he wants to be with us because we have that relationship. Think of it like this. If we're in the state of the woman who has that man, it does not matter what happens in that 3D because you are going to be so comfortably in, like, I don't give a fuck. You're going to end up doing what I want anyway. I'm going to get what I want because I'm in the state of the woman who has it all. This would not even be a flutter in your mind. It wouldn't. But if you're in a victim state, we're going to be triggered every time he farts sideways. See what I'm saying? If anybody's out there, if they're manifesting that SPs are reaching out to them first. So like Family and Jewels, honey, this is not a knock on you. I know other people are doing this. I used to do the same damn thing. So I did it too. But if your focus is to get things like that, you are messing with middle. That's putting out wasteful fires. Put your focus on the end goal, on what you want to experience, meaning you want that loving, fulfilling, committed relationship from that man. So it's like entertaining unimportant guests that we can't wait till they leave our damn house. That's what we're doing right now. We're messing with the shit. We just want them to go home, get the fuck out of the house. But we're still entertaining them, entertaining the stupid shit. Fuck that. Kick them out. Tell them to go. We're going right to the end. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? You won't have to worry about him contacting you, about him wanting to spend the rest of his life, because you're going to know he fucking feels that way, and he will have no choice but to reflect that. Period. And I know that sounds really fucking cocky, like they're puppets. They're not puppets. They're still humans. But it is what it is. They are only ever reflecting us. Always. And no matter what state we're in, our assumptions and beliefs from that state will always creep on up and take over our 3D every single time, without question. So if we are in a victim state, you will know you're in a victim state when we're being triggered by the 3D over contact from our SP. That doesn't make us failures at manifesting. It's just we're identifying, okay, I'm in a not a very beneficial state. Because if I'm being triggered by shit that I should be the fucking HBIC of, I know I must be in a victim state. Because I am telling you, if you work at shifting your state, you will get to a point where you don't fucking sweat shit with SP reaching out to you. It won't even be a flutter in your mind, because you're just going to know in a very confident way that, of course, they're going to reach out to me. Of course they are. They can't get enough of me. They're head over heels in love with me. What the fuck am I worried about? I'm telling you, you will feel like that, but in a loving way. Not in a mean bitch way. But when we're sweating little things, we don't have our eye on the prize. We have our eyes on the unimportant fires in the middle. And more fires are going to brew up for us to constantly be putting out. Because think about it. Think about people that are relentlessly affirming for constant contact. Not that there's anything wrong with affirming for that. So that's not what I'm saying. But so they start getting contact from their person. They start getting that contact, and they're feeling on top of the world. They're feeling amazing. But they're still in a victim state. Okay? They're still in that victim state, because the minute the contact kind of starts slowing down, they start losing their shit, because they're in a victim state. And they're perceiving that because I didn't get 90 text messages today, that must be that SP's pulling back and doesn't really want me anymore. So let me go put out that fire. SP constantly contacts me. SP constantly contacts me. SP contacts me every single day. He sends me 1 million messages every single day. All the while, they could have just been putting their focus on SP's head over heels in love with me and spending the rest of his life with me. All of that stuff would have just played out in front of us. You would have gotten it anyway. But instead, all your focus went from that to putting out the fire, putting out the fire, putting out the fire. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a wasteful cycle, and you'll stay on the cycle. I was told I was being stubborn. His cousin said she thinks he was waiting on me, so I did it. Does this person also believe in the law of assumption? Or were they 3D conversations? Because 3D conversations will reflect your inner fear. That came from Neville Goddard. I can't take the credit for that. See what I'm saying? Let me word it like this. If you had been in a different state and that person said that to you, you would have instantly felt like, I ain't got fucking nothing to worry about. I'm not being stubborn. I'm not being anything. I'm just being me. It wouldn't even cross your mind, and his ass still would have reached out to you first. But because when we're in a not so beneficial state, she probably does just want you guys back together. But listen, just stay in your 3D. I mean, your 4D. Your 4D. Stay up here. Don't put out fires. That's what we're doing. Put out fires. Putting out fires. Make your state your priority. And things will change to your benefit. Okay? You could do it, Fabbling Jules. Come on. You could do it. Don't start giving this a meaning. I know you're giving it a meaning. Don't give it a meaning. He's not making me a priority. I haven't heard from him since I don't know when. Since damn well Sunday. He never came like he was supposed to. That's not treating me good. That's being a liar. He said he was going to. Listen, I know because I would have done the same thing if I was in the victim state. So don't do it. That how you respond to what's going on in your 3D also alerts you to what state you're in. Think of it like that. The thoughts you have are only ever produced or projections of the state you're holding. If you are over here, I always refer to the, the woman who has it all state over here out of habit. But if you had been over here, your reaction would have been like, bitch, you're coming over. You're begging to see me. And you know what? You probably would have showed up. I'm teasing you about that. Don't start beating yourself up because you were in a victim state. I'm saying, listen, the more often that you're over in this state, the quicker your 3D is going to start unfolding, bringing you your manifestation without question. Okay? Some people worship Neville. We worship Kim. I love that. Thanks, Brittany. Thanks, daughter. Yeah. So come on, girl. Make your state your priority. Okay? Courtney Renee, thank you very much. I get urges to reach out to SP to express my feelings to him, but hold back because I'm manifesting him initiating. Courtney, I'm thinking right now you're thinking, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have sent this one since Kim just went over a long spiel about that. I'm manifesting him initiating. Is this my ego or should I say something? Well, Courtney, like I said, you're probably thinking, fuck, I shouldn't have sent that super chat because she just answered this question. But let's see this. You get urges to reach out to SP to express my feelings to him. But I hold back from doing it because I'm manifesting him to initiate. Well, I'm pretty sure you've heard my response on what I think about manifesting to have a person initiate. You don't need to do that. Put your focus on the end goal. Put your focus on the end goal. It'll come anyway. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna reach out. They will. But I would not be deliberately I just wouldn't. It's a waste of your time. Number one. Number two. If you're getting urges to reach out and express your feelings, now I don't see that there's anything wrong with doing that. But if you know you're going to be triggered if SP doesn't reciprocate the feelings that you're expressing, if you know you're going to be triggered by it, is it worth the trigger? Probably not. If you know that you still feel like expressing your feelings and you do not care how he responds, you just want to get him off your chest and just say it, I see nothing wrong with it. Go for it. The only time I tell anyone not to reach out is if they own up that I'm going to fucking fall apart if they don't reciprocate the feelings. Or I'm going to fucking fall apart if they leave me on red. I'm going to lose my shit if they don't say they're head over heels in love with me too. I'm going to die if they don't say it. Then don't reach out. It's not worth the trigger. It's not worth it. Wait until you are chillaxed. Then go for it. See what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would not be focusing on the who reaches out first shit. I would just be focusing on your end goal, what you're trying to manifest. I would definitely lose it. Listen, When I was on solo vacation, yes, I would have fallen apart. I would have jumped off the nearest bridge. There's no way, no way I would have been able to deal with it. But I own it. That's why I didn't. I learned the hard way not to do that. Learn the lessons from me. Don't torture yourselves. Anyway, so is it your ego, or should I say something? Well, yeah, I would say that it is. It is the ego telling you, I don't want to reach out and express my feelings. I want him to reach out to me first. That's ego. Of course it is. Doesn't make you a bad person. I still would not reach out and express the feelings until you know you can do it from a place of you're okay with whatever response you get. And then just keep focusing on the end goal. The idea is for you to be stepping in or embodying the version of you that has the relationship now. That's the goal. That's your priority, or should be, is embodying that version of yourself so that it can start playing out into your 3D, and it will. Okay. Allie Fowler, message retracted. And I think Allie already left for the night. Damn it. Is Allie still here, or did Allie leave? I thought she left. Why was her message retracted? Damn it. All right. Abby, she did leave. Yep. Abby 26. Thank you very much. Kimberly, I love you. I love you too. Can't wait for my session with you. Ooh, I am trying to delete someone from my reality and also manifest the outcome to someone else's court case. And trying to change states. Not sure how. Oh, easy. It's you stepping in to the version of yourself that is currently living the 3D where your friend has won their court case. And now, I would not deliberately be giving attention to the person we're trying to delete from your awareness. So let's use a third party type situation as an example. So the idea is to be embodying the version of ourselves that has our desires. Yes. So I would be envisioning myself living in my 3D. So we're going to say third parties who we're trying to get rid of. And maybe we'll say the SP is the one we want to get back. So I would be embodying the state of the version of me that is with my specific person. And that person is head over heels in love with me, is loyal and faithful to me and only me. That's the version of me that I am. And my friend won the court case. That's the 3D I'm living in. That's you embodying that version of yourself. I would not give any sort of attention to the third party if you can get them off your mind. If you are finding it difficult to drop third party from your awareness, that is when, thanks, Carrie. Thanks. That's when I would use what I call my little short-term solution of just, if you like to affirm, you would be saying things like that, that dumb heifer is only in this equation to wake my SP up, to realize I'm the best thing that ever happened to him. Of course, he's head over heels in love with me. See what I'm saying? That's the only way I would be giving the third party any type of attention. So whoever this person is that you're trying to remove from your awareness, if it's an SP scenario, that's how I would handle it. If it's like an annoying, like say boyfriend or girlfriend of one of your siblings, then I would be seeing my sibling. I would be, saying that they're in a lovely new relationship, and you're embodying the version of you whose sibling is with a new sexy ass lover that looks nothing like that dumb heifer. See what I'm saying? It's really just about stepping in to the new version of yourself. I know it sounds like woo, too hard, oh, so difficult. It's not. You could still use your tools, affirming, visualizing, scripting, to help you step into the state. But don't think of it as, oh, I must step into the state. This very difficult thing, stepping into a state. It's not. It's just you seeing yourself, envisioning yourself. It's embodying the new version of you that has what you want. The knowing you already have it. The knowing you're that version now. Meaning, you know it's done. You know it's yours. You know everything's coming from within you. How would it feel for you to be right now in this moment? How would you feel? How would you think? How would you feel it in your body if everything you were manifesting was right here in your face as yours? It's done. You know it's yours. How would you feel in this moment? You probably feel happy, excited, like unbelievable. Oh my God, all my shit showed up. How would you feel 6 months down the road, but you still have all these manifestations? How would you feel then? You probably feel calm, comfortable. Either way, you're feeling it in your body as we're talking about it. That's you embodying the state or the version of yourself. That's it. It's all it really is. Don't make it bigger and harder than it has to be. Okay? I literally have a tree frog. I think I told you guys this already, didn't I? It's going off right now. Amber, thank you very much. If in 3D I'm not getting communication from my SP outside of work, I shouldn't ignore it, but work more on self-concept, which is causing the circumstance. All right, whoa, what? If in the 3D I'm not getting communication from my SP outside of work, I shouldn't ignore it, but work more on self-concept, which is causing the circumstance? All right. If it's upsetting you, triggering you, that outside of work, you're not getting any communication from your person, yes, I would sit with it for a moment and let's say, okay, where is this coming from within my self-concept? So this is just me guessing, right? Because we haven't talked, but it's probably not feeling like a priority or not feeling chosen. It could even be not feeling good enough. And if that's where, if that resonates with you, and that's coming from within your self-concept, then yes, I would be addressing that. So yes, addressing what's going on within your self-concept that is causing the circumstance. Yes. I think when I read it the first time, I read it with like a tone behind the voice, even though I didn't hear your voice. Now I get what you're saying. But remember, see, this helped me. This made it easier for me with states, that each state has its own self-concept. Each state has its own beliefs and assumptions. So when you make your state your priority, you know that if you're embodying the version of yourself that doesn't have any shitty self-concept problems, there you go. Work on that every day. You see what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean if you enjoy affirming, visualizing, scripting, keep doing them. You don't have to stop doing those just because I'm saying embody the state, embody the state. I'm saying make your state your priority. You're gonna thank me if you do, because your self-concept changes per state. It just does. No matter how badly we're selling something, if we're selling products, I don't care. It's true. Your self-concept changes per state, and there are infinite states. So I know we do the self-concept journey shit. I'm telling you, shift your state. That shit changes regardless. That's the power of the state. That's the power of being able to embody the new version of yourself, this new state that you're not creating. This state, this new version of you, it already exists. It already exists. There are infinite states already created. So the version of you that has exactly what you want to manifest already exists. That state is already done, created, which is why you can slip your ass in it so your 3D can start playing it out. I know it sounds more difficult than it actually is. Honestly. It's just seeing yourself as having it now and asking yourself, how would you feel if it was here? How would you feel if SP was contacting you every single day? But is that what you're manifesting? Are you manifesting constant contact from your person? Or are you manifesting getting married to your person? Which one feels better? I'd be going for that. Okay. Allie Fowler again, another one, but message retracted. I wonder what she wanted. Does anybody know what Allie wanted? Oh, yeah, maybe. Man. Tracy Thomas, thank you very much, but no message. Damn it. Either way, Tracy Thomas, if you're still here, if you're listening, just to let you know, I got your thing. I got your, whatchamacallit. I got it today. So I'll be in contact. Autumn, I got the pillow covers from Amazon. All the pillow covers came from Amazon. Roving Raven, thank you very much. Kim, I was going to share Tuesday, but we got busy. Just wanted to update. SP is obsessed, and he came over last Friday, and things escalated. Ooh, Ramsey, Roving Raven, I'm dying to know. I know what those symbols mean. So things are getting spicy and sassy is what you're telling me? Yes, no, maybe so. Spicy Rams, yeah. Damn it! She left. Aria. Thank you very much. States are amazing, Kim. Thank you. I have set boundaries with SP1 and 2. I know what I deserve, but I get fears a bit. Any tips? Love you. Love you too. And all right, so there's nothing wrong with the fact that you were setting boundaries. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's a part of our journey, especially if we're someone that let people either like walk all over us, or we kept accepting things. We settled for less, settled for shittier behavior. Sometimes a boundary is a part of our journey. I do, Kimmy J, I know. So first of all, that's a good thing. I'm taking that as a good thing. And as far as the fears, well, if you had watched my video today about fears are bullshit. Fears are bullshit. We do not have to listen to our fears. We don't have to listen to those fearful thoughts. We don't have to be afraid that our fearful thoughts will manifest either. We don't have to live in fear. We don't. So whatever you're fearing, you know that's not coming from your higher power, your source, your God, whatever you believe in. It's not coming from there. Hence why you don't have to be afraid of it manifesting, because you're awake. You're awake to this now. You don't have to marinate in fearful thoughts. And I'm telling you that the more often that you tell yourself that you don't have to live and be afraid of fearful thoughts anymore, you don't have to be afraid that they're going to manifest, the more often you tell yourself that, the less they're going to come. So therefore won't be dominant and therefore won't manifest out. I'm telling you it works. But when you're fearing, you know, in that moment, especially if it's upsetting you, you're out of a state. You're back into a victim state. Which, you know, listen, all the states were created by our higher power. Every single state, even the victim states, were created. So they must serve some purpose. I think they serve the purpose of waking our asses up. Waking our asses up and realizing, you know, if I could recommend anything, and this is a big thing, but it's A Course in Miracles that will enlighten you to why we don't have to live afraid. We don't have to be in fear. And it will help you to see more of who the hell you really are and how things are. It's not that it's all like directly about manifestation. It shows you more of your God self, or like I said, whatever. If you believe in higher power or source, go to there. But you don't have to live in fear. So whatever those thoughts are, you don't have to be afraid of them. You don't have to worry about them manifesting. Stand in your power. Know who you are. Embody the state of the woman who knows exactly who she is, knows her power, knows she's the God of her reality. And you have the ability to experience any fucking desire you have. And those scary thoughts that are telling you maybe you're making the wrong decisions, or that this SP is never going to conform, or you're never going to be able to stay in the state long enough to get any movement in your 3D. All bullshit. All bullshit. All fear. All fear. You don't have to be afraid. I wish more people knew that. I think sometimes this manifestation community can make people terrorized or feel terror of their own thoughts, of their own minds. And it's just not true. Just not true. Thank you, Adorned by Charisse. Thank you so much. Lissa, thank you very much. SP said yesterday he still didn't want to fix it. Okay, so do we actually give a rat's what he has to say? He's only reflecting the state you're in. So let me ask you this. Did you go to him and ask him if he was ready to fix it? You know what I'm saying? Did you? Because if you did, that would tell me that you're not in a very beneficial state. You know what I'm saying? You're probably in a victim state. If we felt the need, listen, I'm just saying if you did. If we felt the need to go ask our SP, hey, are you ready to fix things yet? Are you ready to fix this? We're not in the state of knowing that we have that relationship, because we would know comfortably that there's nothing to worry about, and that SP would fucking come back and be saying things like, oh baby, I have fucked up. Let's fix this shit immediately. Let's get back together. It would play out similar to that. Maybe not word for word, because I'm not, you know, in charge of your reality. But I'm just saying. It's the state you're in. Nothing more than that. It does not matter that he said he doesn't want to fix it. He'll get over that. He's just reflecting where you are right now. Listen, let's go over this again so everybody grasps it, because it's important, okay? Your state of consciousness is your home. It's the home you live in. If your home looks like Swiss cheese, you can affirm your balls off. But the water and the snow is, if you live in the, you know, Northeast, I guess, the water and the snow and the high winds are still going to rip through your Swiss cheese home and be ineffective, or half-ass, or hot and cold shit is going to happen. You see what I'm saying? That's a victim state. Swiss cheese home. But when you are in or working on embodying the state of having your desires, whatever they may be, your home is whatever's the toughest structure in the world. Because I don't know. I was about to say your home is cement, but I don't know. Is that a good structure? We'll just pretend it is. Then your home is cement. And there ain't no damn holes. There's nothing. Feel free to affirm, script, and visualize your balls off. And they all become the pretty furniture of your home. They're the tools. See what I'm saying? But those tools are going to slip through the Swiss cheese holes if we don't address the holes. So if we're always in a victim state, and mind you, there are infinite states. So there's a victim state where we're a hot mess express victim. And then there's a victim state where we're getting a little bit better. We're getting a little bit better, but we're still in victim state. Well, there's a victim state where we completely still think people have all sorts of free will out here. So there's infinite versions of ourselves. So what does your home structure look like? Meaning your state. We want a solid one where we know who the hell we are in this equation. See what I'm saying? So you're probably right now not even realizing you're living in a Swiss cheese structure. And so because you're in that structure, your SP can only reflect your Swiss cheese shit. So your inner beliefs and assumptions right now are housed in your Swiss cheese structure. And they suck, probably, about love and relationships or about that person. You move your ass into that beautiful cement home, I guess cement, I don't know, whatever the toughest structure is. You move yourself over there and start embodying that state. I'm laughing at Cherie's laughing. SP will begin reflecting that. And his ass is going to come back and beg for you to come back. Do you see what I'm saying? Cheese freaks me out. But do you see what I'm saying? Bricks. All right, bricks home. It's a brick home, not cement. So what is your structure right now? What's your state? You will know your state by the thoughts you're having. Your thoughts are a product of your state. So if you're having relentless, fearful, negative, opposing to your manifestation thoughts, that's the state you're in. You're in a Swiss cheese shitty state. So let's shift that shit. And your thoughts will change, and your 3D will begin reflecting that new state. It'll get better. It just will. So who cares what he said? He's going to change his mind. Don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. Kay, thank you very much. 2 months, no contact. I'm feeling good, but any advice? Yes. Stop counting down how long it's been. Stop counting down. Stop paying attention to how many fucking months of no contact you are. And we don't like to say no contact. We like to say quiet time because no contact sounds really permanent. And it's not permanent. No one's ever in real no contact. Y'all think you are, but you're not. You're not in no contact. Contact's going to happen again. So that's not no contact. That's why I don't like saying it. It sounds yucky. It sounds so much more worse than it really is. I know it's not fun to be in quiet time. I know it's not fun. I know. I've been there. But there's always something brewing in your 3D. Always. So whatever you're manifesting, whether you can see it, so whether you see it with your glasses, whatever you're can't even talk, whatever state you're in and you're perceiving your 3D, there is always something happening, whether your ass can see it or not. Always. How many times have we heard people who have manifested their specific person back and their person said, I thought about you all the time. You were on my mind all the time. How many times? I hear it relentlessly. It's because we're on their minds. We're on their minds all the time because we're all connected. We're all one consciousness. So something's always happening. There's never a moment that SP is not thinking about you. Never. Have inner conversations if you're missing them. But when you're missing them, I wish somebody had really rubbed this into me when I was going through solo vacation. That, girl, when we're missing them and feeling the pain of it, like I was, that was me falling for the bullshit that we're not connected. I was feeling separate. You're feeling separate and you're not. Every single thing is coming from ourselves. We are the sole creators of our realities. We have nothing to worry about. We don't. It might be a bumpy ride on your bridge of incidents. Because listen, it's a self-awareness journey, right? But you're going to get that SP. You're going to get whatever you're manifesting. You are. Don't give up. Don't fall for lies. Don't fall for fear. Whatever's happening in the 3D, when you're feeling totally alone and feeling like nothing's happening, I am telling you, there is absolutely something happening this moment. If you're spending any amount of time focusing on that specific person, you're on their mind. Whether you're actually affirming, whether you're actually having the inner conversations, whether you're actually visualizing or actually scripting, you're still on their mind because you have them on your mind. We're all connected. Trust me, they can't escape us. They can't. We're on their minds at all times. But judging what state you're in. Hey, Sarah Sashi. How are you? I feel like I haven't seen you in a million years. Depending on what state you're in is how we're going to perceive our 3D. Good night, Ranja. So work on getting yourself into a better state. Okay? There's always movement. No more counting down the days of the quiet time. That's not helping you. That's you reaffirming, that's you re-embodying the version of yourself that doesn't have your shit. Okay? Misunderstood. Thank you very much. I'm overwhelmed, manifesting lots of things. I'm divorcing, so finances and SP and third party are the main things. Could use some encouragement. I'm in a good state, but judge me. I butchered that. Actually, you did pretty good with the judge. You did pretty good. All right. Love you too. All right. So you're overwhelmed, manifesting a lot of things. I'm divorcing, so finances and SP and third party are the main things. Okay. So let me ask you this. You're feeling overwhelmed because of the state you're in. There. All done. No. Oh, I felt that in my heart. Oh my God. That hurt. Listen. It's because of the state you're in. It is. That's why you're feeling overwhelmed. That's why you're feeling overwhelmed. My hair is hurting. My head hurts. My whole chest just felt like it was about to come out through my throat. Listen. When we're feeling overwhelmed, number one, it's okay to take a damn break. It is okay to take a damn break. Wait, what, Sarah? Wait, I'm missing this. Hold on. Misunderstood. I'm coming right back to you. I found out he had an Instagram. He told me he never blocked me. Wait, I got to start from the beginning. I was no contact with my SP since January. He blocked me in April. I told myself he didn't block me. I chased him down on any contact methods I could, but nothing. Then I found out he had an Instagram. He told me he never blocked me. A few days later, he told me he thinks about me a good amount. Well, fuck yeah, of course he does. Of course he does. He can't get you off his mind. Okay? They can't. He's thinking about you right now because we're talking about him. He's thinking about you right now. I love knowing that, okay? All right, back to misunderstood. All right, now listen. You're feeling overwhelmed because of the state you're in first, right from the jump, all right? So because of the state you're in, and now I'm not going to straight up be calling it a victim state, although it probably is, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to throw that at you, but you're not embodying the version of yourself that comfortably knows that all of these things are playing out perfectly for yourself, or because there's nothing to worry about. Finances are amazing, right? New relationship, That SP is absolutely head over heels in love with you and totally loyal and faithful to you. So we do not have to ever worry about 3P. You're in a state of a version of yourself that is concerned about these things, which, listen, we all would be concerned. I'm not picking on you for giving a shit. I'm saying you can tell if you're getting overwhelmed based on the thoughts you're having. That's what state you're in. Okay? So when we are having thoughts that we're getting overwhelmed, I feel like I'm manifesting a million things. I'm worried about finances. I'm worried about SP, 3P, getting rid of this other SP, hubby, or whatever. Oh my God, I thought I heard something out my window. Jesus, the noises around here sometimes scare me. It's all the product of the state you're in. Long story short. So then what I would do if I were you is relax, first of all. Maybe take a break and relax if you're feeling overwhelmed. Take a break, relax yourself. Start reminding yourself of who you are, meaning you're the God of your reality, right? You're the sole creator of everything you experience. So there's nothing to fear. These circumstances don't have to be overwhelming because you're the God of your reality. So of course everything is going to work out, right? So remind yourself again, I am the God of my reality. I have nothing to fear. I'm the sole creator. I have God within me, or source, or higher power. And then start what-ifing yourself. What if the divorce ended smoothly? What if the divorce ended smoothly and it happened like tomorrow? What if I didn't have to worry about anything with my specific person because it's so clear, obvious he's head over heels in love with me, totally loyal and faithful? That way we address 3P without addressing 3P. You know what I'm saying? What if? What if SP showed up tomorrow and said, listen, I love you, baby. Move in with me. Let's spend the rest of our life together, baby. Let's do this. What if at the same time you get a large raise at work so your finances are no longer an issue tomorrow? What if all of this stuff started playing out? Do you see how what ifs feel like, very little resistance to what if questions? So start what ifing yourself. And then, yeah, I manifested this divorce, so I know I can. Yes, girl. So then as you're what ifing yourself, feel it in your body. You're going to anyway. Pinpoint it. That's you embodying that version of yourself. So practice doing that a little bit every single day. And I'm telling you, things will start changing. That's what I would do if I was in your scenario. Okay? Charlotte Arnold, thank you very much. Dad passed away on the 3rd. I was by his side. Oh, Charlotte. I am so sorry. Good Lord. Charlotte Arnold, I am so sorry about the loss of your dad. So incredibly sorry. Yo, damn. Man. I am very, very sorry. You're welcome, misunderstood. Yeah, Kelly, Christine, I like that. And I agree with that, to be honest. Yes. They're not just gone. They're still with us, amongst us. They just have more power than us now because they have elevated. They have graduated up. They no longer have the meat sack holding them back. So it's a good thing your dad's still with you. But I am still sorry because I know this is a tough time. Nicole Betch. Here we go, guys. What do you call cheese that isn't yours? Nacho cheese. Why? Why does she torture me? These are terrible. Mayhem Beauty. Thank you very much. Mistress Kim. Why, when manifesting, you get movement, then it kind of slows down, then picks up again. Love you. Love you too, mistress. They are dad jokes, Brad. These are terrible. She tortures me. Mayhem Beauty. All right. It's kind of like this. When things are going awesome and then they go shitty again and they go awesome again, that can be a reflection of like hot and cold behavior. It's the same thing. It's a reflection of ourselves. When we waver, when we fluctuate through our states and we're not being conscious of what state we're in, our 3D is always going to reflect what we're embodying, right? So it's the same concept of hot and cold behavior. You know, our hot and cold thoughts reflect, and that's where the hot and cold behavior comes. So it's the same idea, which is why I suggest every day work at embodying the version of yourself that has the relationship, has whatever else you're manifesting, has it already. Embody that version of yourself. Think to yourself, what would it feel like? How would you think if you had it right now in this moment? That in that moment, that's why I say pinpoint where you're feeling it, so that it's like a thermometer, so you can gauge that you're feeling it. That's you embodying the state. So practice that a little bit every day, and things will start getting smoother in the 3D. We will eventually, you know, face anything we're putting off as we shift our state. You know, not to say that you're putting anything off. I'm just saying, because I have been asked the question of, well, you know, how come when I'm on a self-concept journey, you know, why do things start bubbling up? Well, it's the same idea when we're shifting into a new state. Our old, you know, shitty limiting beliefs and assumptions do not follow us to the next state, but we must shed that layer so that we can shift and where things get awesome again. But I don't want anybody to get the perception that things must be bad, then good, then bad, then good. No, we don't have to expect that. It's just normal that when we shift, if there's anything we haven't addressed with our beliefs, they're probably going to bubble up in our face. And it's how we deal with them that matters. You know what I mean? Things that used to bother me with him hasn't. Good. That means you're fucking shifting. It's a good thing. It's growth. And I know growth, love, thinking from unconditional love, growth. I know they're all cliche words. Trust me. I'm aware of it. But I can see their usefulness now. Listen, don't get me wrong. I love the idea of evolving and growing to the place of where I'm going to become one with the Creator again someday. Great. But I really enjoy getting whatever I want on the road to it. I like that. So my mind is always focused on how am I getting this shit as fast as possible. What do I got to do to get my shit here as fast as possible? And that might be a selfish way to look at things, but I do not care. Isn't most of our goals to start getting what we want? Yeah, I don't mind the whole let's evolve and, you know, and grow and, you know, see the beauty in things. Yeah, I like all that too. But I like getting what I want. And States has done that for me. And I know it can do it for all of you too. The beauty of States is your self-concept does not follow you to each state. Your beliefs and assumptions do not follow you to each state. They are different in each state. That's the bonus. If you can ever be lazy with manifesting and don't want to go on a relentless affirming journey, embody the state. Embody the state. Because your self-concept changes through each state, period. Period. Period, mic drop, end of. No, I gotta go back to that screen. Come on. It's taking forever to load. It's taking forever. You're welcome, Mistress Beauty. Nico Conver, thank you very much. Kim, great news, not SP related. I have been affirming I am God of my reality and I can have whatever, whomever I want, and money flows to me like water and comes to me in the most harmonious, unexpected ways. Ooh, Nico Conver, I'm proud of you. Well done. Nico, I am very, very happy for you. Very happy. And I like that. Well done. And I love that you prefaced not SP related. I love that you prefaced that. Very good. Aunt Sip, thank you very much. Feeling good with me, love me. Find myself hating the very people I want to conform because they're not. I need help because I do feel good enough. Wait a minute. I'm feeling good with me. I love me. I find myself hating the very people I want to conform because they're not. I need help because I do feel good enough. Okay. You're hating the people that you're wanting to conform, but you feel good. Do you see how that doesn't make sense to me? If you're really feeling good, we would not be hating people that we want to conform. And hating them because they're not conforming is 100% why they're not conforming. You know what I'm saying? Do you see why? If we're, that's the paradox. It is a paradox, Ansip. You see, it's the state you're in, right? Like, you know that. It's because of the state you're in. If we're, it is a paradox. As much as I want to tease you in this moment because I love sarcasm and I love breaking balls, you're not wrong about it being a paradox. You're not. You're not. It's reflective of the state you're in. That's why they're still showing up the way they are. But I will say that you do get to a point where it's not giving up and it's not letting go. It's knowing the 3D does not control you and that what you're seeing in the 3D doesn't truly matter and that it's not permanent and it will change when you change. Meaning, you will get to a point where that's your thinking. I'm glad you're to the point where you are, you love yourself and you believe you're worthy and deserving, all the things. But that it's still in a state where we're looking at other people, and if we're to the point of hating them for not conforming, we're not looking at them as if they don't have free will. We're still thinking they're behaving with free will. If we're having that strong of an emotion over it, it's the state we're in. So, but I agree with you. It can feel like a paradox because you do get to a point where it's like zero fucks given about what's going on in that 3D. And that's when they change because your state changes. If that makes sense. It is a paradox. So right now you're still embodying a version of yourself that is dealing with people who are not the version that you prefer. And you're still selecting and seeing them that way, and therefore keeping them in that story. So keeping that assumption around them. So the idea is to embody the state, or embody the version of yourself that knows these people are conforming, changing, whatever it is that you're trying to see differently in them. It's you embodying. I keep wanting to say envisioning, but it's not what I'm trying to say. Embodying the version of yourself that is with the new version of them. It's like you seeing them as that new version first. That's when the changes start coming about. May not always be easy, and I agree with you on that. It isn't always easy, but it's only ever reflective of the state you're in. That makes sense? I think that makes sense. It made sense. Yeah? Okay. I don't know how to say your first name. I think it's Kathy Podio, but it doesn't have a message. But thank you for the super chat. Chloe, thank you very much. Kim, please explain again what you mean by focusing on the version of us and the version of SP when we are working on getting into the state. What exactly are we focusing on? Hope that makes sense. It does. Hee. Love you. Love you too. It does make sense. It does make sense. Okay. So when I say about focusing on the version of you, I'm saying like sitting and actually asking yourself, what do you think you would feel like if you were, say you're manifesting a specific person, and say right now they're not showing up exactly the way you would like them to. Say that they're showing up saying they don't want the relationship with you. Okay. This is just an example. So you would like, you should be asking yourself, what would it feel like if SP showed up tomorrow, head over heels in love with me, and wants to spend the rest of his life with me, or her with me, or whatever, and is totally wanting the relationship that I've been manifesting? What do you think you would feel like if that happened? So what do you think you would feel if you had the version of your person that wants the relationship with you and it treats you like a queen? What do you think you would think and feel? And it's really pondering that for a minute. And in that moment, it's embodying the state or the version of you that has the relationship or the specific person, the version of them that you prefer. Meaning, because there are infinite states of consciousness, that means there are infinite versions of ourselves. Therefore, there is infinite versions of your person. Because when we shift our state, we drag them through the states with us. So it's always a new version when we're a new version. And with each state change, that's a new version of ourselves. We might continuously come back to the same dwelling state, which is like your autopilot. So it feels very comfortable and natural to be in that state. And that might be a victim state. It was for me, and it is for a lot of people. You taking the time to really ask yourself, what would it feel like? What would it be like to have that person? Good night, Amy. To have that person, wanting the relationship with you, is you literally, like, it's stepping into that new version of yourself. That's embodying it. And if you took the time to do that just a little bit each day, just a little bit each day, you will, without even realizing it, begin changing that dwelling state. And to me, I think that should be the goal. It's not sitting in the woman or man who has it all, meaning the state where you have everything you desire. It's not about getting there and staying there 24/7. I think it's more of changing that dwelling state, because your autopilot is running a lot more often than we are, right? You gotta think, how many times do you catch yourself like being involved, maybe, I don't know, like keying something on your computer, and you catch yourself totally in autopilot, thinking shitty things about what you're manifesting, or about, shitty things about your 3D, like things opposing what you're manifesting, or inner arguments with your person or with anybody else in your 3D. That's that autopilot state. You take the time to embody the version of yourself that has what you want, meaning the version of you that has everything you're desiring. You're going to start changing that dwelling state without even realizing it, because that's exactly what happened to me. And that's what really, to me, that's important. That autopilot matters. We want to work on our autopilot, and that's how we do it without even trying, is embodying that new state. Just if you just take a few minutes every day and try to get there. You don't have to be perfect. Right? You don't ever have to be perfect. You don't have to be happy all the time, positive all the time. Does it feel better to feel better? Well, yeah. But you don't have to be there all the time in order to manifest out here. You don't. If that was the case, holy shit, I would never manifest anything. So hopefully that explains that. Free Ann, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. How can I really get over circumstances? My relationship with SP now feels tainted because he was involved with a 3P. I know I have the power to remove her, but thoughts of what he did with her sometimes pop in. Okay. I mean, listen, Free Ann, don't be so hard on yourself. It's a natural reaction if somebody, cheats on you or breaks up with you and then gets with a 3P. I know that's hurt. It's hurtful. It's hurtful. So it's not unheard of that those thoughts are popping up into your mind. Don't be so hard on yourself. But if they are coming up constantly, we want to get to the heart of why they're coming up. Because listen, everything we're experiencing is caused by us. Not that we have to blame ourselves or be hard on ourselves for it. We just acknowledge that it's our thinking, it's our state. Good night, Sarah. Sarah's a she. It's our state, it's our dominant thoughts that are projecting out into our 3D and creating things. So clearly, there is something within your self-concept that has created a 3P. And like I said, that's not for you to start beating yourself up. It's just you acknowledging, all right, what's brewing in my self-concept that this happened? Do I have a belief that I'm not chosen, or that I'll be abandoned, or I don't feel good enough, or I'm not made a priority? It could be any one of those. And you could just hold an assumption of, or you're a specific person where you expect them to be a cheater, or maybe you expect love relationships in general to go to shit, or that all men cheat. It could be any one of those assumptions. You know your own thinking. You know what thoughts come in your head. So the idea is you want to get to the heart of those. You want to figure out what the assumption is, which is by listening to yourself, listening to your thoughts, taking a look at your 3D, seeing the patterns and the experiences that you've manifested. It's taking a look at that, addressing it, and sitting with it. And by sitting with it, I mean, if it's a real painful experience, and I'm sure a 3P experience is painful, we're just, for the sake of conversation, we're going to say that maybe it's you don't feel chosen. So, if you like to affirm, visualize, or script, that's what you're going to be doing. But when you sit with it, it's like sitting with it for a minute and feeling where it hurts in your body. And reminding yourself of who you are. If you're the sole cause, any situation can be flipped around. I know cheating and 3P experiences are very, very painful. But when you focus on the fact that you're the sole cause of what you're experiencing, it kind of makes you, I would hope, kind of relook at that entire scenario and think, well, if I'm the sole cause and everything's being projected from me, and it was my shitty belief that projected out into my 3D, it's not that I'm saying, I wouldn't be upset with my SP. Of course I would. But when you look at the bigger picture and you realize it came from you, right? Because we're manifesting from within and pushing out, that holding it against your person is is almost a little bit unfair, a little tiny bit, because they have no option. They have no free will. They can only ever reflect what's going on with ourselves. So maybe if you start seeing it from that standpoint and realizing, listen, I'm not talking abusive situations. I'm just saying things with relationships, even though our feelings are hurt, our feelings are always valid. But when we are accepting that we're the sole creators, holding something against another person it's fucking worthless, because it came from us. It came from an inner belief of ours. So forgiveness is going to be a part of your equation if you want that relationship to pan out, and it can. But you've got to work on the letting go of it. And like I said, I am not telling you that the way you feel is not valid, because it would fucking soul crush me too. Of course it would, right? Our feelings are valid. The hurt we feel is valid. We're not wrong for hurting when someone does something shitty to us in our 3D. I'm just saying that at the same time, if we want to continue manifesting that person, if we want to continue having that or some form of a relationship, or we want to manifest that person back, we have to start looking at forgiving them for what they've done. Because if we're the reason why it happened, meaning if it's our inner beliefs and assumptions is projecting out and they're only reflecting us, so we know our belief of not being chosen is at play in this scenario, we have to look at letting go a little bit, letting go of the hurt, the pain, of the resentment, if we want to move forward. But I cannot stress this to you enough. The way you feel is valid. Anybody would be hurt over a scenario like that. It's just, if we want to keep manifesting that person, we want the future relationship, you can get them as that new version. You can change them. You can. But it starts with you forgiving. And I know that's not always fun. I know it's not. But think of it from the perspective of, what's the point of holding on to that hurt, that pain, that resentment, when we know SP was only ever reflecting our own shitty inner belief? I know that don't always make us feel better to know that, but in a fucked up way, isn't it just a little bit better knowing, well, if I didn't have that belief, maybe that wouldn't have happened. So if I work on that belief and I fucking get that out of my system, then he can't do anything like that to me ever again. And nobody can ever do that to me ever again if I address that belief and get rid of that shit. See what I'm saying? See how it's a little more empowering when you look at it from that perspective? So will it be an easy peasy scenario? It doesn't have to be hard, but forgiveness has got to come in the picture, first of all. And as far as the removing her from your reality, we should not even be giving this heifer any type of attention. I know that's easier said than done. I would, if you cannot just drop her from your awareness, then start with my little short-term solution, and it's very short-term, of just saying, well, that stupid heifer's only in the equation to wake his ass up to realize I'm the best damn thing that's ever fucking happened to him. Start there. Little baby steps. And the minute it's not as triggering to you anymore, then we stop affirming that. Okay? All right, I'm going to do one more and then my ass has got to go. Okay? Kimmy J, twin, thank you very much. Affirming it will be so easy for Nicole Batch to bring more jokes next week. Why are you setting me up, twin? Why are you setting me up for more fucking dad jokes? Kimmy J, why are you doing that to me? Why? Why are you torturing me with freaking Nicole Batch fucking dad jokes? Oh, Mama's tired. Wishy 3. No, Kim, notice me. Hi! Where the hell have you been? I haven't seen you in a while. Huh? I notice. I pay attention who comes and goes. I pay attention. All right. Anybody else? You know the deal. Love you too, twin. If you bought a super chat, you know I'll record a video and I will answer your question. It will happen. Okay? You will get an answer. But on that note, my ass is fucking tired tonight. All right? I'm tired. And I got lots of coaching tomorrow. So on that note, I'll see you all in a day or two. Be good. Ask yourself, what state are you embodying? What state? Are you in the woman who has it all state or the man who has it all state? Are you in a shitty ass victim state? What state? I am, daughter. I'm going to bed. Let's start our good night like the Waltons. So good night, Charisse. Good night, Elmozak. Good night, Erica. Good night, Wishy. Good night, Sarah. I'm still going to call you Sarah Moreau. Good night, Carrie Merritt. Good night, Claudia. Good night, daughter, Brittany Nicole. Good night, Heidi. Good night, Ariel Lynn. Good night, H. Wassa. Good night, Lizard Luminals, Meow W, Susie. Time for beaching. Is it Bracadia, Bracedia, or Bracadia? Sexy ass name. Ooh, I like that. Good night, Wishy. Good night, Janet Crawford. Sugar JPEG. Good night. Good night, good night. Anybody else I didn't say good night to? Good night, good night, good night. Good night, Summer Sparkles. Sarah Moreau, come on, it's always going to have to be that way. You know, I say it out of habit now. I'm an asshole, but you love me. It's true. Good night, Diamond, Victoria. Good night, Helen, Mayhem Beauty. We got to do this every time I do a live. We'll do the Waltons good night. All right, good night, Abby, H.A. Did I forget anybody? I don't think so. Fandom Geek, Bradley Renfro. All right, Nico Conver, good night, good night. And good night, Kristen. All right, my ass is gone. I love you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay? Be good. Be good. Good night, Fab Lane Jewels.